Hello, good morning. Welcome to day 25 of the 90-day volunteer recruiting challenge, where I am attempting to recruit 50 volunteers. Let's talk about that Next Steps class. I don't know if you remember 2 weeks ago, a little over 2 weeks ago, I had the opportunity to speak at our Next Steps class, which is basically like a membership class. And on the second week of 3 weeks, all the ministry leaders have an opportunity to cast vision for their ministry area. And that was 2.5 weeks ago. And I just got the names of the people who expressed interest in serving in kids. This again really reiterates the importance of a system and a process which we obviously have not finalized and put into place. Now, it was a series of innocent mistakes and such, but we had a process that I inherited back in the day, and the people who filled out the form that said they wanted to work with kids got added to a workflow, and it's a workflow that's not my workflow. And so, and the person who oversees Next Steps had a baby in between since then and now. And so just the other day, I got access to 2 couples that expressed interest in serving in kids. And I remember this because one of the couples that were there were so excited. They were pointing to each other about, like, you know, when I was asking, like, well, who wants to be involved? And so I knew there were going to be a couple of people who signed up and would want to be part of kids. But here we are over 2 weeks later, and I'm just now contacting them and inviting them to the volunteer orientation. So this is why it's so important that every step of the process is planned. It's there's a purpose to it. There are reminders to it that there's not an opportunity. And normally the person who oversees Next Step, they wouldn't have let 2 weeks go by without them being contacted. But because they were out because of the baby, it happened. And I guarantee you this kind of stuff happens in your church just like it happened in my church. So I'm very excited for these 2 couples that are getting ready to plug in. They have already signed up for an upcoming volunteer orientation, and it won't be too long before we see them in our hallways and in our environments. But it almost didn't happen because there was a breakdown in our system. So, hey, it happens. You know, you probably have a story to tell me about a volunteer that didn't get connected, but this is why we have to be vigilant to look for every opportunity where volunteers or potential volunteers could get lost in the process.